This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast. It's the world's most likeable Formula One podcast. How do we know that?
I don't know.
Luke's mum told us. That's right.
That's fact then.
She said, boys, you may not be very smart. You're definitely not informed. Your sense of humour's a little off-putting. But when you dress smartly and when you shower and shaved, you can be quite likeable. Thank you, Mrs. Luke. It's a low bar, but it's always good to set a realistic target. So, welcome. If you like your Formula One action a little bit blue, a little lewd, and very nude, this is the podcast with advertising free. Not a single bit of advertising on this podcast. So, please relax. Pour yourself a scotch, neat. Drop your trousers to your ankles, and shut the hell up! Because two slightly overweight middle-aged Aussie blokes are talking Formula One. G'day, Luke.
G'day, Adam.
What a week.
What a race.
What a race.
The French Grand Prix turned it up.
Who would have thought the French would have turned up?
I did not think that at all. We'd hoped for it.
Big.
And it delivered.
Fantastic race. Except for Max. I mean, does anyone really like Max? Does anyone really like a Dutchman to win something?
Only the Dutch.
Only the Dutch. And even then,
No one else.
Even then, they're feeling guilty. Oh, well. You look good, though, Luke.
Do I?
You look vitalised. You look revitalised. You look energised.
Well, all of those iced words, I should be good then.
He's iced.
Good to go.
He's iced
I'm
up.
iced.
He's on ice.
I went in Orang.
Did you?
Yes.
Lovely spot on the Gold Coast.
Did a bit of a
Orang.
trip out there with a good friend of ours.
Very nice. Oh, and welcome back, Luke. Not to you. Welcome back, Producer Pete. Producer Pete is back. So if you do notice a deterioration on the quality of this podcast, you'll know why. Luke's back.
Welcome back, Pete.
Pete's back. Luke's back. Pete's back. Adam's back. And a big shout out to Judy. Pete's mum, Judy. I call her Jude. We're quite close. Judy, she's feeling 100% better.
Better than what she was last week.
Now that since Pete's left, she's feeling 100% better.
Yes, and he stopped poisoning me.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Jude. Oh, Jude's here. Hello.
So much easier.
We're going to live cross with Jude.
Yeah, sometimes I just call
at
up.
Evans Head on the northern New South Wales coast. How are you, Jude?
Yes, I'm doing much better now. Pete's left.
You sound well.
I've got a new recliner.
Yep.
Goes up and down. I got stuck on it the other day.
Did you?
But Pete came out and lifted me right up.
Oh, darling.
I kind of fell to the foot bit, but yes, I'm a little woman. I just slipped straight down to it.
Did you have much bathroom time? I know that he does like to manscape for 6 hours a day. Did you get a chance to pop in there and use the facilities?
Well, sometimes, when you get to my age, you don't really need that much time. I don't really run around and get hot and sweaty. So,
No.
But Pete helped me out in the shower and the bath. It was quite nice. I could fit in, the laundry tub.
Yes.
I just fit in one of those and Pete just scrubbed my back. And I did the front stuff. He did the back stuff. And I was whistling clean. And, Pete took his 4.5 hours in the shower just to make sure his hair was in the right place.
That's good. That's nice.
Made sure that his chest was nice and smooth. I don't know who for. But he seems happy.
He's happy. He's happy. When he shaved down, he's happy, man.
Yes, he's very slick.
I'm glad that...
He used a lot of talcum powder
Lots.
on his under regions.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Undercarriage.
It's not very moist at the moment.
Chafing. He spends a lot of time on the bike. He likes to make sure everything's...
Excessive chafing.
Excessive. Mrs. Luke, thank you so much for stopping by.
It's Mrs. Hughes, please.
Could we make you maybe a weekly...
Judy.
Judy, sorry.
It's Mrs. Luke. Who's this Mrs. Luke?
Mrs. Luke, sorry. I get confused. Can we make you a regular feature on the podcast?
I would love to.
Mrs. Judy?
Yes, if Pete's not around, I'm
Yep.
happy and well to do the podcast. Okay. If he's around, I'll have to be quiet and sit in my corner.
Thanks, Jude.
Thank you very much, boys.
That's Judy, Pete's mum. Producer Pete's mum on the podcast. Luke, how about that?
Good way to start.
Wow. Right off the...
Didn't expect that.
Always get your most popular guests on first. Give them the good stuff first, then later on we'll get to Sebastian Vettel. We are going to get into Robert Kubica. We've got Toto Wolff.
Very good.
Dan Ricciardo is on the
Personality.
podcast.
After a great race, it's good to finally get a chat to him.
Oh, this is a big podcast and a lovely big forward sell is what we're doing right now. Juicy.
Should we call this the undersell?
Not giving too much away. Not over delivering.
Subtle.
Yeah, don't promise too much. Surprise them. If you undersell it, they'll be surprised when you actually deliver
That's
it.
right.
Good thinking, Luke. This podcast, by the way, is a 2-in-1.
I thought you were about to throw in an ad brought to you by.
Well, we don't have any advertising,
That's
Luke.
right.
But we do have a charity that we like to promote. A wonderful charity. This is proudly brought to you, the F1 podcast, by Hand Jobs for the Homeless.
HJH.
Yes, HJH. The abbreviation. The shirts are available if you like to grab those. Hand Jobs for the Homeless. What a wonderful cause, wonderful charity. We don't have advertising, but we do like to take care of charities.
If we did have advertising, that's where the money would go to.
It would.
To get our hands on the streets.
Yep.
Under the bridges, in the canals.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Wherever there's a homeless person.
Wherever there's a cardboard box with a man laying underneath it.
A slightly odd smell. Hand Jobs for the Homeless will be there.
Right there. Not to give them food.
No.
Not to give them shelter.
No, they don't need that, Luke.
Just to give them 5 minutes of hand love. That they need and deserve.
Correct. And it's always nice to have... It's wonderful that Formula One has really jumped on board. Liberty Media have really jumped on board, haven't they?
They have.
And the fact that they're allowing the big stars to be part of the charity as well, I think is lovely.
Michael Massey's come over.
He's loving it.
Yeah.
He's loving getting down to the homeless
He's
shelter.
like the race director, and he's also the hand job director. Make sure everyone does everything above board.
Yep.
No one goes outside the white lines.
No.
Happy man.
Yep. He'll say, Lance, you're over that way. See those guys? That's you. Sebastian, do you reckon you could handle about 50? You want more? Sure. Off you go. Off you go, Sebastian. Sebastian's very good.
Oh, he's thorough.
He's very good with hand jobs for the homeless. He's
He
almost
not
like
only does the hand jobs, he does a bit of arse bleaching as well.
he does the lot. He's
It's like what would you call it? It's some kind of...
It's a passion for him.
It's definitely
It's almost a passion.
pet project. But he also... It's like a boutique. Like a hair boutique for your undercarriage.
Almost bespoke, would you say?
Here comes out a little mustache above the genitals.
What a lovely charity,
He's
Luke.
a good man.
What a good man. And thank you very much to Hand Jobs for the Homeless. What a wonderful charity. And this is normally where we offer our listeners the F1 podcast puke-free guarantee, Luke. No other podcast can offer this puke-free guarantee.
That's right.
Where we promise if this podcast triggers your puke or gag reflex, resulting in you vomiting on yourself due to poor quality content, we promise to personally come over to your place, get you cleaned up, dry cleaned from the outfit that you're wearing. But there has been an incident.
Oh.
There's been an incident in Finland, Luke, since the last podcast.
Oh,
Apparently,
wait. Is
Yeah.
this podcast related or is this pickled fish related?
no. Well, there's a letter here, an online letter
From?
from Jürgen Hofer.
That sounds
It's a real, Luke. It's a real person. Don't make fun of Finnish
When did
names.
they listen to the podcast?
Jürgen Hofer. Check. You can check where everyone's listening
I'm
to.
checking the listening stats.
He's from Reykjavik. Or
That's-
Reykjavik?
That's not in Finland. That's in Iceland. But never mind.
Iceland. Well, okay.
Jürgen sounds made up.
It's not a made-up name, Luke. Trust me. He puked all over himself after our last episode.
Which part?
It was the Sebastian Vettel part.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
That makes sense, though.
It does, but
He said he was triggered by us chatting about Sebastian Vettel. It's a complaint letter, really. And it was definitely triggered by Sebastian Vettel and definitely not triggered by the fact he was sucking off a Filipino boy while listening to
you
the
wouldn't
podcast
gag
at the
on
same
that.
time.
It's a boy.
Yeah, he's a Filipino boy.
I'm
that's-
not
that's what he
cleaning up
said.
the pedophile. Listen,
So-
we didn't have anyone
From Iceland?
from Finland.
Finland or Iceland?
We had someone. We had two. Yeah, we got some people from Iceland.
That's what I said. I said
You-
Reykjavik.
You said Finland.
Yeah, but I don't know where Reykjavik is. I just know it's Reykjavik.
Okay, he's from.
I got the
Reykjavik,
wrong
which is
country.
Iceland.
I got the
Okay.
the city.
Geography's not your strong
It's
point.
not great. The city was right.
But
the
thanks
name
for
was
listening.
Right. Jürgen Hofer.
Adam will be on a flight tomorrow morning.
No. Well, thankfully, because of the last podcast, we made a disclaimer. We said that
We did.
we won't come over and clean you up if you're sucking someone off.
Yes.
Thankfully, you got that in first. So we are going to have to make a small addition. We're going to have to say that the puke-free guarantee is only for first-time listeners.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to incorporate that into the puke-free but you still have, on the podcast, a puke-free guarantee. If you're a first-time listener and not sucking someone off.
Yes.
Which there might be a few of those people, hopefully.
If you're a
listening.
long-time listener, harden the fuck up.
Yes, and stop sucking off.
No, keep sucking. Just keep listening.
All right.
Get the person you're sucking off to listen as well.
Yep.
Double the download. I don't want fucking speakers so you can both hear it. Have both listen. Improves our stats.
I like it. Before we delve into the details of the French GP, Luke, you've got some wonderful insight on the French GP. We should have a quick chat to Robert Kubica.
So,
hand in the paddock, Luke.
our hand in the paddock, we actually flew him over.
Did we?
Yes. So we flew him over to do the official FIA inspection of the Narang Grand Prix.
Get out of town.
That's why Michael Massey was here, jerking off a couple of homeless people, but he also checked out the track.
Fantastic.
So we've had a couple of FIA guys come over here.
And we've got a recording of Robert Kubica and yourself having a chat about the track. Is that what we're going to listen to now?
It was Robert Kubica and Michael Massey.
Fantastic.
walking the track.
I'm very excited to hear it because I have no idea. But let's play the intro. Robert Kubica, hand in the paddock. Hand in the paddock. Hand in the paddock. It's hand in the paddock with Robert Kubica. Robert Kubica. Hey. Hey. Hey, hello. Fellas, nice to see you. Hey, hello. Hey, thanks for the 2 weeks in quarantine, assholes. I've been in quarantine. Fucking come over here. It wasn't so bad. It's not so bad.
Not so bad.
I play on the chess on my phone.
So here we are, Robert.
Yes, hello. Nice to see you.
We are going to walk the track and we're
Okay.
going to make sure that it's all legal and
Yes.
safe for our Formula One teams they go around now. You're a Formula One
Okay.
driver.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
FIA race director Michael Massey.
Michael Massey, a handsome guy.
I'm a very good-looking man. I don't work out that much. If you see me in the gym once in Netflix, other than that, I don't really do that
No,
much.
you're slightly chubby. You have a slightly chubby appearance to you.
Sitting behind a table, I get away with these sort of things.
Yes. But tell you what, I like the way you operate.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much.
looking at the track, it's...
I'll extend your super license another year just in case you get a...
oh, please. Just in case I get a recall.
Yes.
I get a recall to
Could be
the
something
Formula...
happening at Alfa Romeo.
You'll never know. I could get another drive.
We shouldn't talk about this. Let's have a look at the track.
Yes.
We're going to walk it.
Okay.
I've just come back from hand jobs for the homeless.
How did you go?
My hand's very sticky.
Yes, you're covered in... looks like you're
thick
covered in
and
a
it smells
coating of cream.
pungent. It's good for the skin,
Yes.
but there was some that I wouldn't put on my skin.
No, I thought maybe you fell into a cream pie
No.
covered in cream. No.
Don't be silly, Robert. I'm lactose intolerant.
You don't eat the cream, please. Oh my gosh, I like the track, by the way.
You like it?
I like it. Has an unusual smell. It smells like my hometown in Warsaw.
I really enjoyed the area of the nude section, the hill.
Yes, I like the nude sections.
Good little food in the junk food area. You got Macca's, you got
Macca's and the KFC's and the Pizza Hut.
Guzman and Gomez.
Guzman and Gomez. I did not see any Polish sausages.
We will get a stand in.
Could we get a stand
Yes,
in,
it'll be
please?
the Robert Kubica Polish sausage. If you want a bit of
Yes.
Robert Kubica sausage, go down just around that area. We'll have a stall just for you.
Oh, fantastic. I like very much. Can we have a... I am doing the testing, yes?
Yes.
The official...
Yeah.
If I...
You just tested me just before.
I did.
You're very careful.
You smell normal. Everything tasted fine on my finger. I smell, I lick. It a little bit... I think you had nachos for dinner.
I did.
Yes, I could tell.
I did.
Still a
A
little
lot
bit.
of nachos. It's from Guzman and Gomez.
I thought so. Very nice. Very nice. But you're clear? No problem with the COVID.
So I'm declaring the Narang Grand Prix track
Yes?
is officially cleared
Yes.
for the FIA.
Okay. I would like
We
to
should-
clap, but my dodgy finger, my arm doesn't
not a
clap
great
very well.
sound.
I'm smacking my head with my hand. I like.
So we'll tell the F1 podcast boys that we're
Yes.
good to go
Good to go.
from the FIA side of things. And then we're going to head off to Austria.
We're gonna head to Austria. You and me. We go back to. Do we need to go back in quarantine? We need
No.
only quarantine.
We're FIA people.
We go straight to.
Straight out. We've got our own plane.
Yes. Okay. Can I test some wildlife?
Of course you can. Go on and test. There's a koala over there.
There's a koala. Where's a koala? I've never seen live koala. Oh, there's one. There's the trees. I have to climb up can we get a cherry picker to get him? Or
No, you have to climb
I have
up.
to climb.
Yeah.
I am a dedicated guy. I will do it. Don't worry. Okay, Mr. Koala, I'm coming for you. Hey, come on. Give me that little bum. Come on. I'm going to stick it in your little asshole. Here we go. Yes. It tastes like a eucalyptus. Hey, Michael Massey,
What?
can you hear me?
Barely.
I'm up with a tree.
I see that.
I have a koala.
That one looks like it has chlamydia.
Oh, dear. I think I have chlamydia. Let me taste it. Yes, I have the chlamydia now. Okay, I'm coming back down. I don't feel so great. But okay, bye. Well, how about that?
That's a
That's great.
interesting little conversation between those two.
Wow, Michael
It might be
Massey,
the odd couple.
the odd couple, and Robert Kubica live on F1 podcast.
He's sticking his finger in anywhere, isn't he?
God, he loves
He
it.
can't help it.
He's trained to do it now, isn't he? He's part of his life.
Motivated tester.
He loves getting his finger in dark, warm places, doesn't he? He's a natural. He really is. Well, that's great news.
And just a side note,
Yes.
just to let everyone know,
Yep.
that koala is now receiving therapy for the incident and also for the chlamydia.
The chlamydia. But more so the incident. The koala's pretty happy with the chlamydia. Wasn't,
It's pretty.
he
He'd
wasn't
be like,
too,
you know what, I'm really happy with this chlamydia.
he wasn't too bothered by it. But
Yeah.
having
Well,
Robert...
he was getting along with his life, being a.
he was
He's
managed.
telling his future lovers, "Listen, I've got chlamydia.
Yeah, he had a whole spiel that he would go
Yeah.
through with his lovers.
Fucked a koala that wasn't clean.
Yeah. He told him like 2 weeks later, after he
Yeah,
bogged
after.
afterwards.
He's got tufts of hair flying off.
But now he's got to tell them, his lovers, that he's been inserted,
He's
intruded,
going through extensive therapy
probed.
on a little koala couch.
Little koala therapy couch. Wonderful news.
We're going to talk about the French Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the French Grand Prix, Luke. How about the Grand Prix? How about that?
a good
Grand
one.
Prix.
Had a whole bunch of laps in it.
Yeah,
Guys drove around those laps.
sure did.
There's some interesting driving going on. The
Yep.
Paul Ricard circuit, or as Crofty calls it, Paul Ricard,
Without the D.
because he wants to be fancy.
Oh, French. Very French, isn't it?
And
Don't say
during
it.
the race, he also goes, "Oh, there's rain coming. Rain, maybe spits of bullshit coming from that chain-smoking litter bug.
Yeah.
It's the only rain that's coming on that fucking Grand Prix." Now, Mercedes,
Yep.
early practice on Friday, I think it was.
Yep.
Bottas hit the curbs, ran wide,
Yep.
ran over them, broke his front wing a little bit, and then they got on the radio to the FIA complaining about the curbs.
Complaining. Why are there curbs here?
It's tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage.
Jesus.
That's bullshit, isn't it?
That's rubbish.
Imagine if there was a wall there. You would have hit the
Oh,
fucking wall.
I know.
What happened in Monaco?
What are you worried? Yeah,
Baku,
exactly.
you hit a wall, a lot of damage.
Correct.
You don't hit a curb, then you don't get damaged.
Correct.
Just don't hit it. It's that simple.
It's simple. I mean, and you can't even. There's no
If you make a mistake, there's consequences.
there isn't a wider circuit.
And still, this is one of my bugaboos.
Yeah.
There was red flags in qualifying. Mick Schumacher and Yuki Tsunoda brought out a red flag.
How is that possible?
At
Paul
Paul
Ricard.
Ricard.
How is that possible?
There's so much space to spin.
There's all those lines.
Yeah.
You can just drive around.
You can make up your own track.
You can't find a wall. If you tried to find one, you wouldn't.
These two,
Oh man.
incredibly impressive. The wall magnets.
What exactly did they do?
Well, Yuki
Stalled
spun,
it.
turned, and hit a wall. Went reversed in a wall, and the rear end of that AlphaTauri was shaking very
Sweary Sonoda.
sexually, very hypnotically. It just twerked its way backwards
Yeah.
into the wall.
Was he swearing like a dirty whore? Because he's got
Once
a potty
he's-
mouth.
Once his radio was off, Jesus, he let
Jesus
loose.
Christ.
You should have seen there was a French guy helping him out of the car, and he's like, "Oh, sacre bleu," and he's like, "Ah, fuck you, Frenchie, you fucking cunt." You can tell that with his hands. He's a very animated man. Then the pre-race, they have a helicopter that comes down, and they
Yes.
drop off the trophies.
Yep.
Why are the trophies late? Why do they need to drop them off by helicopter? You know what they should be dropping off? A big white flag, because they're all fucking surrender monkeys.
That's true, Luke. Good point.
Why? Let's deliver this. Let's just... Where's the green award? You're not getting it for dropping off a helicopter to put the fucking... I'm sure someone went to the engraver and went, hey, I'll just take these to the track. No. We're going to get an army guy to fly over, fall out of a fucking helicopter, and then run it to the front.
Yep.
Why?
Doesn't make any sense.
Leave it.
Weird.
Why didn't they use the Rocket Man they used 2 years ago? He could have used it.
The Rocket Man with the rocket jetpack.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
He's got 40 seconds of flight time, but geez, that 40 seconds is freedom. On lap 7, Mercedes got onto the blower and told Bottas.
Oh, Bottas.
They told him anything is possible. They forgot to mention you're a bit shit, so let's lower it. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
Really?
Except overtaking.
Except
Bottas.
winning?
Yeah.
Didn't even get on the podium.
No.
Anything is possible.
Not for Bottas.
No.
Nothing is possible. They should have said, Bottas, nothing is possible for you today, Bottas.
After you.
Nothing. Just let him past.
Complainer, it should have been a 2-stopper. Well, you didn't. But anything is possible, except for a 2-stopper.
And if he had done 2, it wouldn't have mattered.
No. Still
He's so
fourth.
slow.
Yeah. Anything is possible, Adam.
Like maybe his replacement at the end of the year with George Russell.
Oh, that'd be
That's possible. It's very likely.
That's their way of saying, guess what?
Guess what, mate?
You're out of a job.
Yeah, what I would tell him while he's driving midway through a race.
Oh.
That's how I'd break the news.
That would be hilarious.
Bottas, anything's possible, and you won't be driving for us next year.
By the way.
But by the way,
like if he finishes outside the top 10 of any few Grand Prix, it's not related to their bad pit stops.
No.
Tell him.
Yeah, just be honest.
Mid-race,
As
he's taken a drink.
Yep.
Bottas, you're out of a job.
Blugger.
What the fuck?
Blugger. It should have been a 2-stopper.
Do you want to go into awards?
Oh, let's do awards.
Let's go into the Formula One awards.
Yes, get into it.
Because they're boring.
Yep.
The fast lap is Verstappen with a 1:36.404. The fastest pit stop was Red Bull with a 2.04 second pit stop. Nice and fast. And driver of the day, Max Verstappen. Boring. Here's some interesting awards.
Give me something interesting. The Green Award.
The Green Award.
Producer Pete's back, by the way. Hand whittled an Evans Head with a lovely bit of Evans Head oak. There it is.
A lot of
very rare.
in Evans Head.
Yeah.
So the Green Award. So I'm giving it to COVID-19
Oh, good.
because it reduced the crowd numbers significantly.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of traffic jams getting in and out of Paul Ricard over the years.
Yes.
So by having less people, less cars on the road, less traffic,
Less Frenchmen.
less Frenchmen, and less emissions. So COVID-19, thank you very much.
And you can't get a better thing than having less French people.
Oh, God.
The
no.
less French people, often the better the situation.
And the better the race.
Correct.
If there was more French people, the smugness just ruins the race.
Could you imagine the snootiness? Just stuck up. The whole vibe.
Fuck that.
The vibe is ruined.
Ruined. Ruined.
The next award is the UGE Day Award for dangerous driving.
Yeah, no, it's for wasting everyone's time. He's dangerous as well.
Oh, well, yes.
But I'm giving it to Ferrari.
Oh, good.
They came away with both cars in the top 10 in qualifying and went backwards very quickly. Carlos Sainz outdrove Charles Leclerc, both quali and the race. Good weekend for Carlos. Finished 11th. Leclerc are back in 15th, I think. Both in the third championship points for them. But yeah, Ferrari, useless, shouldn't have turned up.
Rubbish. How can you qualify so well and be so rubbish in a race?
It wasted everyone's time.
The Pastor Maldonado Award for dangerous driving.
That's for dangerous driving. Even to Mick and Yuki Tsunoda. Mick Schumacher and Yuki for causing the red flag incidents with the track a mile wide.
Is that even possible? Not really.
They sure did. That's how talented they are.
Very talented. There's the next award from Evans Head, hand whittled by producer Peter. And this award is the Making Formula One Great Award, Luke.
The F1 Podcast Award.
Yes.
It's Pirelli.
Pirelli.
By having the tyres that could kind of go off and on and you didn't know which strategy would work, the one-stop, the two-stop, it made racing exciting.
Yeah.
They, Mercedes didn't do the trick they did in Barcelona. Red Bull countered it, went, wait a minute, we'll pit from the lead, we'll catch up, we'll overtake the bastard and we'll get him.
Yep.
Good. Couldn't have done that without tyres that were going off.
No.
But he did that.
Love
Same work with Lando Chuck Norris. Pitted a little bit later.
Yep.
9-lap or 10-lap fresher tyres. Came through the field. Finished 4th or 5th. Best of the rest.
Yep.
Ahead of Daniel Ricciardo.
How did Dan go? He seemed like he was getting grips with the car a bit.
Yeah, it looks like the McLarens were quite easy on their tyres. Lando tried to make an attack on Daniel. Daniel held his line. Lando went off. Lando complained.
Oh.
And then I was reading an article afterwards where Lando goes, Daniel shouldn't have done that.
What? Driven? Raced? In a race?
Protected his position. He said, Daniel shouldn't have done it. He goes, and then the next sentence, he then goes on saying, I probably would have done the same thing. So he shouldn't have done it.
He's a racing car driver.
You would have done the exact same thing. And he said the same with Gasly when he was fighting with Gasly. Gasly ran him wide. I think it was turn 6 or something. And he's like, I can't believe he ran me wide. And they were talking after the race on Sky. And he's like, would you have done the same thing in that same situation? He goes, yeah, I probably would have.
Fair enough.
If I was the other driver...
How dare he?
How dare he run me wide?
I would do exactly the same.
I would have done that.
How dare you do something that I would do? Unbelievable. But he's getting to grips with it. I like the fact that Dan's getting more comfortable. Still, Lando's driving really nicely.
Lando's doing very, very well.
Very
Props to
well.
Lando.
Yeah. The next award is the Caviar Cup.
Caviar Cup.
Battle of the Billionaire Boys.
Billionaire Boys, so it's Mazepin, Lance Stroll, and Nikita Mazepin. Nicholas Latifi. They are all billionaire boys.
Yes.
And they all did shitter than their teammates, so they're all shit. They get no points towards the Caviar Cup.
No. Well, there you go.
And
Next
the last award.
Speckled Jim Award.
Oh, we're going to Speckled Jim medal.
Have I missed one, have I?
You have.
Oh, sorry. We'll go Speckled Jim, then we'll head back.
Get on to that next one. So the Speckled Jim Award is, we're giving it to 3 votes for Max.
Yep.
Exceptional job. Drove really well. Best and fairest. He ran wide, turn 1, lost the lead after his pole position, fought his way back, overtook, pitted. The undercut was amazing.
Oh.
If you pitted first, you're going to come out in front.
Yep.
Charles did it with Daniel. It was a couple of seconds ahead.
Yep.
Those fresh, hard tyres just seemed to work a treat. And Daniel jumped both Gasly and Sainz. And then Lando, he stayed out a lot longer, so then he had to overtake, but he had much fresher tyres, could do that. It was good to see an alternate strategy. 2, I'm giving it to Ricciardo, 1 to Norris. Now, I was going to give 2 to Norris, but since he complained on the radio for fucking no reason, swap around. Don't like complainers.
No, we don't like whingers.
Best and fairest.
We don't like whingers.
That's what it's about. So you get 1 point, you drove well, but you are not going to get 2 points.
The last award, Luke, is the Lick It and Send It Award for the best overtaking manoeuvre in the race.
Now, Lando, you lost a point in the Speckled Jim medal, but you do get the Lick It and Send It best overtaking of the weekend. I'm giving it to him for his move on Alonso.
Very nice. Very nice move on Alonso.
But there was also a very good move by Me Too Mazepin on Junior Schumacher.
Ooh.
Did a nice little move there as well.
There's a bit of rivalry coming on there, isn't there?
And
bit of rivalry.
But the best overtaking move was Lando. It was just after Daniel had passed Alonso, and then he just kind of did a great move around Alonso.
And they are the awards for the French GP. Time to preview, Luke, the Austrian Grand Prix. Let's get into that. It's a double. We've got a double Austrian GP back to back.
That's right.
The Red Bull circuit, Red Bull Ring. And, well, as is tradition here at F1 Podcast, Luke, we must celebrate the customs, the culture, the cultures of the local indigenous peoples out of respect for the people, the country, by dressing up in the outfit of choice from that country. So, as is tradition, it makes total sense, of course, to dress up for a podcast. Why wouldn't you dress up for a podcast, Luke? Do you know of any other podcasts that dress up for the podcast?
No, it's silly.
It seems ridiculous. Why would you?
But we do it.
Winning. We are doing it. We're getting dressed
We're
up.
forward thinkers.
We're forward thinking. This is the way the future for podcasting. Getting dressed up for no reason. You watch those other big Formula One podcast. Watch them dress up.
They're not going to do shit. They're just going to bore your brains out.
Bore your bloody tits off. So, being Austria, lots of choices, Luke, to dress up in. Producer Pete has been very busy getting the costume ready this week with Judy. His
She
mum.
helped out.
Judy has been helping out. What a lovely, great to chat with Judy.
Great seamstress.
Great seamstress. Oh, well, you see, your mum, Luke's mum, is a cook. She is a chef. Judy, seamstress. She can, like Pete, whittle, give them anything, they'll whittle it.
Should see the calluses on her fingers.
Yeah.
From pinning things and
Yeah.
sewing.
Crossover stitch.
Oh,
Cross one down under.
she can do anything.
She's amazing. So, big choices. Mozart, Schubert, Strauss, Schwarzenegger, Sigmund Freud. The choices were thick and thin, but here is what we've got tonight. Luke, please take yours. Close your eyes for a moment, if you wouldn't mind, and let's put on our podcasting outfit. Okay, so there you go. You are fully naked. I'm fully naked as well. And we're going to just step into this one. All right, there we go. It's a bit
put clothes
warm.
on.
It's a bit warm.
Ooh.
Yep, a bit
It's a nice warmth.
It's a nice, and it's crunchy on the outside. It smells like it's freshly baked. And open your eyes, Luke.
I smell
Open
apple.
your eyes. Yes, you do smell apple. Do you feel apple?
I do.
I feel apple on my plums. Two fruits coming together. You are a blueberry.
Blueberry.
Correct. A blueberry. What do you call it? The with the crunchy.
I know, but your hands are all over the place.
I forgot the name of it.
very curiously-
Strudel. It's a
strudel.
strudel, Luke. It's a blueberry strudel. I'm an apple strudel.
Are you?
I'm wearing an apple strudel around
It's
my
a lovely
waist,
strudel.
around my
It's a small strudel.
boys. Yep, just lovely.
I've got quite a large strudel.
You have a very large blueberry strudel, and we've also got some whipped cream and a spoon.
I provided the cream myself.
You did. You did. Is it sweet? I don't dare to taste it.
You should. Salty.
All right, I'll taste it. That's a bit salty, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also sweet. Ah, interesting. So we'll have a little nibble on that later on. Very nice to be dressed up in the
I
native.
was milked.
Were you?
I posed as a homeless person.
Very nice to be wearing the native dish of Austria, the strudel. Feels comfy. Feels weird.
Feels
sitting-
right.
It does feel right. It feels weird but right to sit on the sofa.
So a lot about this podcast is weird but right.
Yeah, mostly weird, a little bit right. Tell us about the racetrack while we're sitting in a strudel, Luke.
So racetrack is the Red Bull Ring. Used to be the A1 ring in Austria. And it kind of looks like if you Google the name Tracy's dog, it's a vibrator. It's a clit-sucking vibrator.
What? Hey, how do you know this?
Right? That's.
Oh.
I'm bringing up an image. I'm showing you what the Tracy's dog vibrator
that's-
looks like, and then you
Is
look
it,
at.
hang on, wait, sorry, what? That's what Tracy's dog. It does look just like Tracy's dog.
There you go. So everyone Google Tracy's dog.
That's the name
Find
of
the
the vibrator.
vibrator.
Which part goes in which end?
So that goes in the vagina. Do you know what a vagina is? And this bit goes in the clitoris.
We've never said those words on this podcast
No.
before. Are
This
we
is
allowed?
a sexual.
Are we allowed to say
helm-
those words?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Clitoris. So that
This
bit.
is a Formula One podcast, Luke.
That's right.
What are we talking about?
So if you
The
put
downward dog.
that in the vagina, Tracy's dog,
Tracy's dog.
and then that bit goes in the clitoris,
Okay.
and the women will have their fun. I don't know what happens next. I've never heard of a woman orgasming, but yeah, it looks like
It does look like.
the A1, the Red Bull Ring.
It looks exactly like. It wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past those Austrians, Luke.
Oh, they've that's how they designed it. They've
To
gone, wait a
design-
minute, if we put that in the vagina and that goes on the clip, there we go. We've got ourselves a sex toy.
And they just increase the scale 1,000 to 1.
Yeah, so it's
They
a 4.318 kilometre
Yeah,
track.
Yep.
The
Yep.
first Grand Prix was 1970. 71 laps of the
Because that'd be a really big vibrator, wouldn't it? If it was that big. So you wouldn't go 1-to-1 scale.
well, the women in Austria are quite big.
True. Good point.
Got wide set vaginas. The race distance of 306.452 kilometres. The lap record is from Carlos Sainz last year with a 1 minute 05619. And that is the Red Bull Ring. Now, I'll tell you what the tyres are. They are the C2, C3, C4, same tyres that we had in France, of this great track in
Yep.
Spielberg. Now, the weather is all over the shop. If you go to one place, it says it's going to be mild.
Yep.
It's going to be fine.
Mm.
A couple other weather places, they're saying rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I don't have a fucking clue.
Who knows?
Who,
So you might,
when, if it's going to rain.
What are they saying? 50-50 chance of rain?
No, they're saying rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Definite rain.
On another website, they're saying that it's going to be like 25%. Another one's like, nah, it's going to rain.
Okay.
They none of them talk to each other.
They're
None of these.
just making shit
These
up.
are guys who've been to university, to meteorology, to study weather patterns and precipitation. They don't know
They're
shit.
just making shit up.
Toss a coin. What's going to... Yeah, that's
It
going
is
to
a
happen.
very, very beautiful track. I love when they take the helicopter the trip down and it's in a valley.
Yep.
And Austria seems so green.
It's a great place. I love the track when they were back there before it kind of went to shit. They left the track and then Red Bull bought it,
Yeah.
restored it all. Not to the old Ostrich ring, I think it was called, the ostrich ring, or the ostrich. I think it looked like an ostrich before. Now
Yeah.
it looks like a vagina
Yep.
pleasuring device.
Debbie's dog.
Tracy's dog. Poor Tracy.
Poor old
Who
Trace.
calls a vibrator Tracy's
We should
dog?
just call this track. We should just call Austria Tracy's dog.
Tracy's dog.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be Googling that.
Yeah.
And don't go in incognito mode, you pussies.
Yeah. Just be
If,
honest.
if your wife goes through your search history, she finds Tracy's dog and she sees what you're going to buy her.
She'll be delighted.
She will.
Absolutely
Like, oh,
delighted.
Thanks, hun.
Been wanting a Tracy's
You're on
dog.
those business trips. It's nice of you
Yeah.
to think of me for a bit of pleasure.
Been wanting the A1 ring.
A1 ring right up there.
Yes.
Also want to go through we had a tipping competition.
Yeah, we do have a tipping competition, Luke. Not too late to jump on board either, by the way.
No, you
How
should
am I
try.
doing?
You should
I'm
try
gonna
jumping
try.
on
I
board.
might jump on board.
Now, we threw out if you can come up with random, what was it? Random,
Tweets.
no, I forget where I put it. What people were tipping. Like, we had the extreme
Oh, yeah.
tip.
Oh, I get the bonus points for...
Yes, the 5 bonus points.
Yes, for making an outlandish tip
Yeah.
and getting it right.
Yeah.
That's for the person that's like myself, who's doing so poorly in the
Doing
tipping
so terribly. One of them,
Hail Marys.
yeah,
Throwing
the
out
Hail Marys, one of their predictions was that you were going to put your tips in.
That's a Hail Mary right there.
Didn't come true. You didn't get your extra 5 points.
Bugger.
Another one was saying Adam won't put his tips in. I'm like, that's not extreme.
That's a dead set certainty.
That's
I've got kids, Luke.
That's like saying
Luke, I've got children.
Max is going to win the race. You're like, oh, yeah, good on you, dickhead. No, he didn't put his tips in. No. You both get no fucking points because that's not extreme enough.
No, not extreme.
Marcus, he said that Mazepin was going to spin on lap 34. He didn't.
He didn't. See, that,
I said
that is extreme tipping right
it
there.
is. It's very precise.
You don't deserve 5 points. If he nails that, if Marcus gets that right, he deserves 100 points.
Shut up.
No, dead set. What's the chance of tipping that out of a 56 lap race? 56, 1 in 56. Okay, let's give him 56 points.
But it's also Mazepin, so you could spin at any moment.
That's a good... I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
See, every second lap he's spinning.
Yeah.
He's
It's like saying
it's
Yuki Tsunoda's going to
50-50.
cause a red flag. Like, fucking
Yeah.
come on.
So in which case, 5 points is generous.
It is.
Because if he's spinning every two
That's it.
laps.
That's all he
Yeah,
does.
Good call.
And my one was the 2 French drivers to be out in the first lap. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I saw Gasly get a bit of a wiggle. I'm like, oh, we could spin backwards in. No, he didn't. Oh, well.
There we go.
One random person
Yes.
said that everyone's tyres would blow.
Ooh, no. Everyone's?
Yep, half the field would die. And Ricciardo would come out on top.
Jeez, I like that idea,
Because
though.
Ricciardo is God.
Yep. No, I like that. Who's that guy?
It was a girl.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah,
Oh, that's brilliant.
there you go. But unfortunately, that didn't happen either, so you get no
bugger.
points.
But good on her.
Yeah, she gave it a try. We've got a female listener.
Is that right?
there
We've
we
got
go.
one. Well, my wife refuses to listen.
No, why would she?
No.
She's a classy woman.
Oh, Jude, Pete's mum, producer Pete's mum listens.
Yeah,
She's
she listens to it. Pete doesn't.
Luke's mum, your mum, she listens.
Probably.
Well, she listens just so like she knows what she's going on in your world.
She's not sure about the puke-free guarantee, though.
She's not a fan.
Not of that one.
No.
Because she brings...
This show does bring up all sorts of
the things I talk about. Oh, Luke, don't talk about that.
yeah.
Not
she
that
thinks
the
you're
world can hear.
inappropriate. She thinks you go over the line.
A lot of times she goes, where did you come up with that? What would make you
I didn't
think...
raise you like that, Luke.
All right.
That's
I'm
what she
going to...
said.
Sorry. Break from Formula 1 for a second.
Okay.
I was
It's a Luke story. It's a Luke's mum
I
story.
was sitting... We're having a family barbecue, and I turned to my family. We just had this random thought in my head. So I'm going to put it out there to the world. And this is just the way I think. I thought to myself, if, let's say, your mum was kidnapped. Right?
Seems quite specific. Suspiciously.
Your mum was kidnapped.
Right.
Now, the caveat, let's just say they were Russian. Right?
Wasn't Vladimir, was it?
No, it wasn't Vladimir. It was one of his goons.
Yep.
So they're holding your mum hostage. And they
Okay.
say,
Yep.
we'll let your mother go.
Mm-hmm.
You can have her home safe and sound. But you have to lick her vagina.
Oh, Luke. See, this is the
This is-
puke-free guarantee that we guarantee.
This is what I brought
This
up.
is the puke-free guarantee. People all over the place are vomiting on themselves right now.
No, they're not. They're not. Now, there was a serious question I posed to my family, and
This
they all
is a
went, what the fuck are you thinking, Luke?
This is a serious question that you
Yes.
pose to your family?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an odd request that a strange man kidnaps your mum, and then that's the thing that's going to save you. Not money, not weapons, just, I want to see you do this. So would you? That's what I asked my family. I'm like,
Yeah.
would you?
At the dinner table, you
Not,
asked your
not,
family.
not to completion,
No.
just a postage stamp lick.
Oh, just a little.
Just a...
Give us a little demo. That was. That
just a
wasn't-
little
that
half
wasn't
a
little.
Kubica.
That wasn't little. That was quite. There seemed like a fair bit of tongue movement there.
I want my mum to enjoy it. Jeez. No, but you think, so would you do it to save your mum's life? I turned to my sister. She's like, no, I wouldn't do that. And I said, well, what if it was your kids' lives? She's like, no. So I messaged her husband. I said, Trina wouldn't lick mum's vagina to save the kids. She's got no commitment. And my response,
Oh my God.
sorry, this is completely F1 not related, but I like Shannon. And I turned to Mum and I said, Mum, you've had a good life. I'm sorry.
No one's going to save you.
Not going to, no.
No, except me, Mum.
No,
I'll
no,
save
your
you.
mum.
No, you.
No, not my mum. Has to be your own mum.
No, but you said to your mum, I'll save you. Did
No,
you?
no, I said I'm not going to save you.
Oh, you said you wouldn't.
No. I turned and said, you've had a good life. And she goes, yeah, I understand.
And I would. Did you say I wouldn't want you to save me?
No, imagine Christmas. How can you look at your mum in the eye at Christmas time knowing you just licked her vagina?
You saved her life, Luke.
I did. I didn't want to. I wouldn't. Sorry, Mum. Had your chance. So, listeners, if you're out there, let us
Wow.
know. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram.
Jesus Christ.
If you would lick your mum's vagina to save her life,
I
what would you do?
feel like I've got an insight into your world, into your brain, into your mind.
It's-
And
There's a whole lot
it's
of
disturbing, Luke.
whole lot of crap
What
up
do
there.
you think of? What made you think?
That's what my family do. They're like, what? Wow.
Wow, there you go.
You didn't answer the question.
What was the question? No, please don't ask me a question. Don't ask me that question.
Would you
It's-
lick your mum's vagina to save her life?
It's not a real thing, Luke. It's not gonna. I'd let her die. I'd let her
right.
die, Luke.
That's right. You're a man. You're a real man. Good job.
Where do you go from that? It's time for mid-sell. What a podcast so far, Luke.
If you haven't vomited already, there's a chance you might vomit in the second
We
half.
are retracting that puke-free guarantee.
Is there a retraction? An
I
official
think
retraction?
so. We've had to quickly, hastily thrown together a retraction because we, in the guarantee, we will come to your place and clean you up, and dry clean your outfit. We can't afford to do that because we've got what?
Maybe your mum's an attractive woman. I don't know.
40 downloads per episode.
Could be down to 20.
Could be down. Well, I'm just thinking the 40 trips we're making around the world for that puke-free guarantee.
Good travel. Imagine the
Be nice,
the
wouldn't it?
shenanigans we'd get up to.
Oh, could you imagine?
Cleaning up people's, moving on to the next place, talking shit.
And we don't have to quarantine because we're in Australia.
We're the
Is that
F1
right?
podcast.
Everyone's going to
We
be
can
like,
go
no, you
anywhere.
can come.
You guys can come in.
It's just when you come back.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
Just don't come back.
We won't.
We can have the rest of our lives going around chasing Formula 1 around.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you imagine that? Oh, hey, we're going to chat to Toto Wolff on the podcast. We get some big names on the podcast. I don't know why. I mean, to listen to this show,
We've got dirt on them.
you have to wonder what the hell you're doing if you're still here, listener. Thanks for sticking by us. Apologies for the Luke and the mum story.
I'm still curious.
So let's chat to Toto Wolff. We need a jingle. We need a Toto jingle, don't we? Some kind of intro. Think about that.
Right.
We've got Toto on the line. Toto, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, Toto. Hello. Thanks so much for... we realise you're a very busy man. Thanks for spending time on F1 podcast.
Listen, I'm a little depressed.
Oh, what's going on, Toto?
Well, you saw what happened on the weekend, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, Valtteri Bottas is still shit.
Yes.
Lewis couldn't quite, we underestimated the undercut,
Yep.
and I had to fire like 10 people.
No, you didn't. Did you? Please
Well-
say, was one of them Toto? Oh, was one of them...
Wasn't
did you find,
me.
was
I
it-
looked at myself in the mirror,
Did you?
and I yelled and screamed at myself, is this as good as you can do? Is this the best leader you can be?
Oh, Jesus.
And it turned out that it wasn't me in the reflection. It was an old man on the other side of the window, and he unfortunately fell down.
Oh, it wasn't Bottas, was it?
No, it wasn't Bottas. It was his dad.
Yeah.
Botdad.
Dad. He's a great guy, Dad.
He's a wonderful man,
Much
and I'm
nicer
sorry
than
I
his
caused him so much harm.
But his son, hopeless. What exactly are you going to do, Toto, with Bottas? Can you tell
Well,
us?
hopefully, I can't tell you on the podcast. It's between me and the team. And Valtteri probably, if he's part of the team, I don't know. But I can't talk about such sensitive matters.
Can I throw a scenario at you, Toto?
Go on, waste my time.
Okay, so Bottas is... Okay, here's a scenario. Bottas is dying and you have to lick his vagina to save him. Do you do it?
Of course not.
Okay.
Kind of crazy person would think of that.
So does that mean that you're going to get George Russell in next year? Is this a subtle way?
George Russell, he would lick a vagina.
Yeah.
Not for pleasure.
Yeah.
Not because he likes women.
No, he has a vagina, doesn't
He has licked his own vagina.
he? Yeah.
He's like a cat.
Yeah.
Gets the leg straight up to the side.
Who wouldn't, if you had one?
I wouldn't be talking to you right now if I could.
You'd be a busy man.
I've got wife and children. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying. I'm hearing you. What are the chances of getting back in the title race? Are you worried about Max? He now has a little buffer.
Listen, Red Bull think that, we beat them in Le Castellet in France. We'll be fine. We can beat them there. We can beat them anywhere, giving some kind of movie jargon bullshit. There's no chance these guys are going to walk away with this championship. Max will lose his head at some point, and Lewis will be cool, calm, and collected, and incredibly black. And he'll be so groovy and win the race and win his 8th World Championship.
Have you had a chat to Christian Horner after the French GP? Was he rubbing it in? Was he being a dick?
Well, he stood on a stool
Yep.
and he went, na boo boo. And I said, go fuck you.
So when he was standing on the stool, was he still shorter than you?
Still shorter.
Yeah.
He needs a bigger stool.
Yeah.
Next race in the Red Bull ring, which we will beat them at.
Yep.
I'll get him a little bigger one so he can actually look eye to eye with me, and then I'll punch him in the face.
Yeah. I'd love to see that, Toto. You are probably our favourite guest. Suffice to say, Sebastian Vettel is not our favourite guest. He will be on very shortly on the show. But Toto, it's always a pleasure. Good luck. Anything else you'd like to add on F1 podcast before you go?
I threw up.
Okay. Oh, puke-free guarantee. Oh, God.
Go
Thanks,
fuck
Toto.
yourself, Adam.
Thank
Come
you.
clean me up, bitch.
Thank you, Toto. Well, there you go. Toto Wolff on F1 podcast. Luke, we get the big names. This little Aussie
Never
knockabout
thought we'd get someone like
podcast.
Toto in, but we did.
Who would have thought that we got Toto on this podcast?
We could have had him for 3 years.
Amazing. Update on the Narang GP, Luke. I know we've touched on it a little bit earlier on. Is there any update for what we would love to see join the Formula One calendar, the F1 Narang GP? What's the latest?
Sounds like we're going to have a Polish sausage stand by the sounds of it
Fantastic.
in the
Robert-
food district.
Robert Kubica might be, it might be a testing COVID station and a hot dog dispensary. So one finger goes in on the same finger, pops on the sausage.
There you go.
Yeah. So you have to get a test and you get a free sausage. That's nice.
That's it. It's like when they do the charity thing at Bunnings.
Yeah.
Give
Yep.
us some money, we'll
Yep.
give you a sausage.
Finger in your buns And then you get a sausage in your bun.
There you go.
They're
That's
lovely.
nice.
It's a nice little... Can't wait to
Aussie taco, we'll call it.
the Aussie taco.
Yeah, the
with
sausage in a slice of bread diagonally.
Yep.
Not straight. It's
Oh.
weird. Who eats it fucking
No.
straight?
Not at all. Fantastic. Thanks for the update, Luke.
Oh,
Really.
no worries. We've been FIA ratified by Michael
have we?
Massey. That was
Well, the walk. We've had
Yeah.
Robert Kubica, Michael Massey walking the track.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's getting closer to being a real thing. To join the calendar.
I am getting my hopes up.
2022, the Rank GP. Here we come.
There's a gap in the calendar from Singapore. Just bring it on over to us.
We're ready to go.
Apparently, Abu Dhabi's changing their track as well.
Is
They
that
said
right?
it's going to improve racing, and it's going to happen for this year's race.
Ooh, big
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah,
But-
I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. I think
No.
there's the first change. I think the second change maybe later on in the lap, but the first change is like, nah. I think that was initially quite a good part of the track for side by side change of direction racing, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Sebastian Vettel is on the phone, Luke. How about that? Four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel on this little Aussie podcast. I can't believe it, Luke. How do we get the big names? Amazing.
You're stumped every week.
It's quota. It must be a quota thing.
No, Sebastian loves us.
Sebastian, well, he's a big fan of yours. Let's have a quick chat to him. And this is Sebastian Vettel on F1 Podcast.
Sebastian, hi.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. What's happening, guys? Hey, woo! Oh, look, how are
In a
you?
very good mood again,
Oh,
Sebastian.
Sebastian Vettel is happy. Und
You're
Sebastian,
driving very well.
I am
in
on
the points again.
fire, sons of bitches. Yes, I am.
Beating your team.
Look at me, girl. Look at me go. Oh, Jesus, I'm really fast. Unser car.
You found your groove back.
I've got my swagger. I've got unten swagger. I got my Google sack out. I got a bleached back sack and crack. I've got in for the anal bleaching. Just every 6 monthly.
Oh, you've been very busy with the hand jobs for the homeless as
Manscape, hand jobs for homeless.
Keeping you
Nick.
busy?
Oh, look, such anything for the charity. Anything for the homeless. Look, you know that. I don't enjoy, wanking.
You don't?
I don't enjoy vanking 50 homeless guys. Do you think I'll enjoy that? No, look, I do it because it's a wonderful charity and I love to give back. I've taken so much from the sport. I really need to give
You
back.
look like you were iced like a strudel.
What?
You look like you were iced like a strudel.
Oh, do I still have some on my face? Oh, some of the boys. Yeah, sorry. That's some homeless shelter jizz. Great for the skin, by the way. Moisturize.
You look young.
I'm thinking of bringing out a moisturizing cream range.
Really?
Called Homeless.
Homeless by Sebastian Vettel.
I've done so much. I've done so much relief of my favorite charity.
So you could set up like a milking station,
I have been.
then you could bottle it.
Just on the DL. That's on the down low.
Oh, down low. Okay.
The down low. I have been collecting also samples. Yeah.
Have you found a?
Sometimes I have to spit into the cup.
Oh no.
Well, sometimes I just do a sneaky.
Is there a fragrance that would come with it, or is it just the same smell?
I think maybe there should be a fragrance. That's a great idea. Look, I haven't thought about that.
Just to get away from that smell.
Yeah, what a great idea. Let's do a fragrance range.
Maybe like
We'll
a
do
vanilla.
A skincare and fragrance range. I think Homeless is going to be a bestseller. Homeless by Sebastian Vettel. Bestseller around the world. And it's going to be in all the big department stores.
In a hand-in-hand charity with hand jobs for the home.
Oh, I like it. I like what you did with that. Oh, you can be my marketing guru.
You're looking forward to the Austrian Grand Prix this weekend?
Love the Austrian GP.
Have you noticed it look like a vibrator?
Sorry, what?
The track resembles
I
a
never-
vibrator. Tracy's
no.
dog.
Tracy's dog. I've got one.
This podcast is sponsored by Tracy.
I've got a Tracy dog. Oh, Jesus. I love the Tracy
Is
dog.
it good?
Do you know what? Now I think about it. It does look a little bit like the Tracy dog. A little different scale, of course, much smaller, but it's almost like someone has got a Tracy dog and traced around it with with a biro and then gone, hey, let's blow this up 1,000 times and race around this little Tracy dog.
Yeah,
That's what it seems like.
it
to me.
does. does.
Oh, look, you're so handsome. Are you still single, Luke?
Still, very.
I don't believe you.
Still.
Look at me. Are you still single?
Still single.
I don't believe this. Oh, hello.
I'm considering going homeless. You've got a message.
No, your text message, it says, Dear Luke, I think you're really hot. Oh, from Sebastian Vettel. Oh, sorry. I sent that earlier. It's just come through. It's cheeky. You're so cheeky. I got to go, guys.
Bye, Sebastian.
Bye. Oh, dear. That's Sebastian Vettel, four-time world champion. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, hey?
On this podcast.
On this podcast. On this little Aussie
Wasting
podcast.
his time.
Why would you not visit the big, important Formula One podcasts?
You know why?
Why?
They're boring.
Good point.
They're a bit shit.
They are, and full of English, boring pieces of shit. No, that's not. They're not. They are boring,
Most of them.
but they're not pieces of shit. They're boring, but they're not pieces of shit.
Bit
They're
shitty,
Bit
but
shitty.
they're not bad people.
They're good people. They just sound boring. Same old fucking boring British podcast. Anyway, moving on, Luke. What do you got for me?
The tipping competition, we started talking about it, and then I got on a rant about licking vaginas.
Yes.
Your mum's vagina. So
Don't get that on the British podcast, do you?
no, you certainly
do not.
won't.
No, they've got qualities.
They don't even do that in Britain.
Well, they don't know where
It's against the
They don't
law.
know where the vagina is.
They don't know what a clitoris is.
Ask any British man. He has no idea.
What's a clitoris? Oh, no.
Don't know, mate. I
not
don't
here.
know, is it?
It's not here.
It's in the garden,
It's
is
back
it?
of the couch.
Near the gnome in the garden. It's back of the couch.
Little bell on the gnome's head. Call him a bell end.
I've licked me gnome,
Yeah.
but I've never licked me wife's veg.
Fucking hell no. Fucking fish and chips at home, mate. So Cliff got 14. Pat Foley got 16. Marcus 14. Jimmy 14. I got 15. Pete and Adam got 10.
Yes. Yes. I'm back, baby.
Guess how many points you're on? Total. Dinner for two.
Do I need to... Oh, really? Do I need to
You
send
got to
some...
guess it. Dinner for two. That's the hint I'm giving you. Dinner for two.
It's a 69.
Yes, that's right. 69. Dinner for two. Jimmy's ahead on 96. Then his brother Pat, 93. Cliff, 92. Myself, I'm on 93 with Pat. Oh, there we go. Marcus, 88. Pete, 81. Adam, trailing heavily. He needs to pull some bullshit out of his hat.
Rainmakers. I'm going to send some rainmakers on this next one. You're going to be so surprised when I send my tips in.
I'll be very surprised if I get any tips from you. The third championship, Me Too Mazapan.
Can I...
is...
Sorry, just... you know, you were talking about if you send rainmakers and like crazy tips and you get them right, you get a bonus 5 points. Can I predict that and then deliver it? Can I say, I think Adam's going to send some tips in this week, and I send some tips in? Do I get 5 points?
No.
Does it not count?
No.
Okay. Sorry, continue.
You won't get fucking... It's never going to happen. Me Too Mazepin on a negative 116 in the third championship. So this is a championship of the shittest drivers. So if you're 20th, you get negative 25 points, yada, 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 down to 11th, which gets negative 1. Same point system as the real championship, but ours is far more entertaining and interesting. So Me Too Mazepin, negative 116. Laquifi, negative 98. Junior Schumacher, negative 84. Then Boyd George, he's on negative 60. The rest, not really interesting. They're nowhere near those boys, but Me Too well out in the lead.
Oh.
I don't think Laquifi's going to get anywhere near him. But those are the shittest drivers in Formula One.
Well done. And before we head off, a big thanks to Mrs. Luke.
Thanks, Mum.
For providing such a wonderful spread. We've got some strudels. She's brought in there freshly baked. We're wearing a strudel. Have you had a little nibble of your strudel since you've been?
I've left my strudel alone.
It's pretty much
Mum
intact.
said I'd go blind.
As you can see, I've gotten right into mine.
There's not much cream left.
There's no cream. There's hardly any pastry, and most of the apple has been soiled. But it does feel nice. It's getting a bit soggy now. The pastry's getting a bit soggy because the apple's mixed with it. How's your blueberry? How's your
My berries
blueberries?
are fine.
You fine?
Yeah.
You're all right?
Small. It's winter.
Yeah. It's been fun sitting in a strudel, though. What else we got there? What's on that? What's that over there, Luke? What's that dish?
That one.
Schweinehaxen.
Well, you'd think it was
Roast
Schweinehaxen,
pork. Is
but
that not
it's
roast pork?
vegan Schweinehaxen.
Oh, no. We're not.
Yeah. I'm not eating it.
Your mum's not doing vegan dishes, is she?
I don't know why she did. She knows we're both not vegan, and I'm going to throw it back at her when I see her.
She's worried about her health. It's your latest blood pressure test, isn't it? That's the problem.
Blood pressure. There's nothing wrong with my blood pressure. It's through the roof now, thanks to vegan territory. Vicky with vegan.
Vicky with vegan.
No, we've got a whole heap of Austrian baked delicacies.
Yes, baked potatoes with bacon. Delish. Really lovely. Love a good Austrian dish.
What other foods we got?
It's creams. What is that over there? We got some cabbage of sorts. I think that's cabbage, isn't
Cabbage.
it? Yeah.
A lot of cabbage.
There's some chips with mayo, but that's more of a Dutch thing, I thought. The chips and mayonnaise. I thought that was a Dutch-Belgium thing.
There's a Vienna apple strudel.
Yeah, no, we've got that. That's
The Vienna sausage.
I'm sitting in that.
The knödel.
Oh, the canoodle.
Tiroler Grost.
Yeah, the grosh.
Tradition inspired.
Yeah.
The Buchtine.
Oh, I can't wait to eat that.
Ecstatic dessert. It's delicious.
Yeah, I can't wait to eat that one.
I don't know how to pronounce this one. Fiaker goulash.
Oh, it's goulash. Oh, I love a good goulash.
And a Beliget Brotta. It's a sandwich.
Oh, the brotta. That's what that is. Oh, it smells good. Well, let's get into it. Thank you very much, Mrs. Luke, for providing this wonderful Austrian delicacy.
It's a banquet.
A banquet. Back in a couple of days because we've got the next race. And then after that, we're going to go back to back again. So stick around. You're going to get a fair bit of a taste of Luke and Adam on F1 podcast over the next couple of weeks.
Lucky you.
you. You're welcome, world.
Yes.
You're
again.
welcome again. And next week, very big podcast here at F1 Podcast, Luke. Number 100. So
Put up the cricket bat. Salute the crowd.
the century.
Brought up the ton.
Thank you very much. They said it wouldn't last. They said one episode, you'd be done.
They said a lot of things, and we didn't listen.
They said no one's gonna download this podcast, and we said
Probably not.
we know that, but we don't care.
But fuck you. We like listening to
They
ourselves.
said you'll only ever max out by probably 50 downloads an episode, and we went 50. We'll take that. Actually, that's all right. That's pretty good. I like those numbers.
We'll take that.
I take those odds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Back for the 100.
Next for the 100.
Oh,
We're going to do something special.
Let's do it.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.